In 1907, while panic tore through American banks and half of them collapsed within weeks, one small bank in Ohio didn't move an inch. Not because it had more money. Because it had one rule: never let more than 10% of reserves sit in a single risky position. That's it. While the rest of the system was improvising, this bank had already decided the answer in advance. Most people think financial stability comes from more. More income, more investments, more apps tracking more numbers. It's backwards. The more moving parts a system has, the more places it can break when life gets hard. I know how that sounds. Let me earn it. Here's what nobody selling you a budgeting app will tell you. Stability doesn't come from tracking everything. It comes from a handful of rules so simple you follow them even on your worst week, when you're tired, distracted, or one bad month from panicking. So let's build those rules. 5 of them. The ones the quietly stable people already run without ever calling it a system. Most people track 10. Net worth, credit score, 3 different account balances, a spreadsheet nobody updates. They end up so overwhelmed they track nothing at all. Instead, track your survival gap, your essential monthly expenses minus your guaranteed monthly income. If that number is negative, you're stable. The moment it turns positive, a countdown has already started, whether you've noticed it or not. Say your essentials run $3,200 a month and your income is $4,800. Your gap is negative $1,600. That's your surplus. Check that one number, not 10. Everything else is noise dressed up as diligence. Everyone's heard save 3 to 6 months of expenses. The problem is that phrase never resolves. It's a moving target that never feels finished. Fix the number instead. If your essentials are $3,200 a month, your target is $19,200. Full stop. Put it in a separate account and stop touching it. The day that number is hit, you exit a category of risk permanently. A blown transmission or a lost job stops being a financial event and becomes an inconvenience. This is the exact line between Jake and Brian from the last video. One of them had a fixed number sitting untouched. The other didn't, and ended up financing a bad month at 21% on a credit card, quietly renting that mistake for years. Minimalism means fewer decisions, not fewer options. Pick one account. A low-cost index fund is enough for almost everyone. Automate a fixed percentage of income into it, say 20%, every single month, with zero thinking involved. The more you try to time your entry, the more you're playing a game the data already says almost nobody wins. Automate the decision and it stops being a decision. And a decision that no longer exists can never be made wrong. Forget good debt versus bad debt. There's exactly one question. Is this rate higher than what my money could earn elsewhere? If yes, a credit card sitting north of 20%, kill it before anything else. If the rate is low and fixed, a reasonable mortgage sitting near 6%, keep it and invest the difference instead. One line. Total clarity. No more agonizing over which debt is supposedly the responsible kind. People check their net worth daily and end up anxious every time the market dips. Stability means trusting the system enough to leave it alone. Pick one fixed day, a birthday, January 1st, and only then revisit your survival gap, your emergency fund, and your investment percentage. The other 364 days, let the system run without you watching over its shoulder. Put these 5 together, and you get a financial life that requires almost no ongoing thought. One number to track. One fixed cushion. One automated investment. One line for debt. One review a year. Everything else is noise the finance industry sells you, so you keep buying its apps and its courses. It's the same reason that Ohio Bank was still standing in 1907 while the rest of the system collapsed. Not a smarter strategy. One rule, followed without exception, regardless of what the market felt like that week. Complexity impresses people. Simplicity is what actually survives contact with a bad year. If you want to calculate your own survival gap and your exact emergency fund number, that tool lives in the vault, link in the description. Next video, we're looking at how one small monthly habit, compounded quietly for 20 years, rewrites the entire picture. That one's coming next.